Hi there, and this is Monday the 3rd of August 2020's episode of How to Be Happy. This is going to be quick today simply because I just want to elaborate a bit more on what mindfulness involves. We looked at yesterday the particular example is a kind of a craze for colouring and also for puzzle books. Anything which engages your mind and focuses it on the present is an example of mindfulness. Now, what happens if you don't like colouring? What happens if your interests lie elsewhere? Well, mindfulness would be anything which you have to focus on, as we said, and it can involve a number of activities. So most of us have experienced some sort of activity where we were focused on something to the point where we completely lost track of time. Okay, so the ones I've counted so far, the ones that I'm aware of for myself, which are cooking, because I need to focus on that so there are no accidents, and I'm quite fond occasionally of doing crossword puzzles, but very occasionally. But the related things such as word squares and jigsaw puzzles. But there are others, like Tetris, for example. I mean, I know that computer games get a bad rap, but as a way of unwinding, as long as they don't get your adrenaline levels up, if there's a gentle form of a computer game which requires a bit of concentration on your part, then that would count. But there are other activities as well. Sewing, embroidery, because you've got to obviously be careful that you don't stitch through your fingers and that you are not creating a right royal mess. I would imagine that certain aspects of gardening, if you are, say, indulging in topiary, maintaining bonsai, cultivating seedlings, they require concentration, and you don't have to do this activity for hours and hours and hours at a time. Mindfulness is just suspend. It's like when a cat has two choices to make, and so it doesn't know what to do exactly. So it sits down, it starts to groom itself because its mind is forced to concentrate on the one thing, and then it's able to make a decision later on about what it wants to do, or maybe it's just the first thing, but that's irrelevant. That's about a cat. We're talking here about us humans. It's engaging your mind and getting it off the problems which are plaguing you like a cloud of gnats, and so that you can get some sort of distance. You're kind of rested, and again, as an analogy there, if you are physically tired and you've got jobs to do, it's better if you take a little break, get your breath back, relax your muscles, get your fuel intake up, your sugar levels up, and then get back to the job. Well, it's similar. Now, what are you going to do with all this mindfulness? What you're going to do is, once you've got some distance, you're going to get a pen and some paper, and you're going to physically write down all your causes of stress. I'm going to repeat that over the course of the next few videos. It's important to write these things down because they're there then as a record. You don't have to show it to anybody. Maybe you don't want to show it because maybe some of the things on there would be personal. Maybe you've got one or two relationships which are causing you problems. And if you have, maybe you want to code those as something like car trouble or something. Or neck trouble, as in a pain in the neck, that kind of thing. But then once you've got them written down, you can assign them a score out of 10, where 10 is like nothing should be 10, hopefully, and one is it's mild but it's persistent, and it could be something like an occasional headache or a twinge when you move your neck the wrong way. They're all causes of stress. You should write them all down. Okay. 5:15, much faster. Okay, like, subscribe if you think that this is going to be useful to the world at large, because maybe the people causing you stress and the situations causing you stress are doing so as a result of their own stresses. Maybe.